In today's video, I want to share with you one of the biggest things that's helped me in my life when it comes to practicing presence. It isn't the only thing, but it is a major one. And I want to share with you why this is so important to cultivate this in your life, to cultivate presence in your life. Because when it comes to decision making, which is the one thing that I felt has dramatically impacted my life in a positive way through practicing presence, is that we make decisions every day. And some are major decisions, some are minor decisions. But our life really unfolds through the decisions that we're making in the now, in the present moment. They affect us in the future. So it's important that we learn how to make empowered choices, empowered decisions, so that we may live a life fulfilled and aligned to our deepest calling. We live in a world that trains us to figure everything out in our heads. And we try to think our way through things, we try to think our way through peace, and that doesn't really work out. But if you've ever tried to think your way through a major life choice, you've probably felt more overwhelmed than clear. And decision making can be exhausting when we're constantly up in our heads. And people are always seeking for advice from other people, or they're looking for the next sign to come to them to show them what to do, or they even doubt their gut. And I've noticed something, that the more that we kind of overthink these things, like the worse it kind of gets. We kind of go in a circle and spin our wheels. And you're not going to find clarity through constantly trying to think things through logically or analytically. Yes, logic and being analytical comes in handy and it's necessary. But when it comes to major life choices or just some decisions in our lives, trusting your intuition is really, really important. And we get to intuition or to just better choices in our lives through presence, through stillness. The answer comes through that way. Eckhart Tolle, which I talk about almost in every video, taught me a lot about presence and about incorporating this into my daily life. And presence really is the awareness underneath the mind or underneath thought. It's that still space where the mind quiets and you feel deeply connected to something wiser. At first, when I started learning about all this stuff, I didn't necessarily put this into action when it came to decision making. I didn't even realize how powerful this was when making decisions. But then I started working on that. I started leaning into that more. I started to come into that still place before making a choice or before making a decision. Or if I got a gut feeling about something, just simply quieting myself down, coming into the present moment and trusting that feeling. And that has never led me astray, ever, and it never will. And that's why I want to talk about this in today's video, because it's so important that you learn to become present and that you can use presence to allow you to guide you in your life. So how does this actually work? Presence brings you into the now. And in the now, there is no fear. There is no projection. There's no ego agenda. You're not choosing based on old wounds or these kind of future fantasies. You're choosing from what feels right now, what feels true. And when you're in that space, you're not rushing. You're not pleasing. You're simply aligned to the deepest truth that you are coming to at that particular time in your life. And your decisions will reflect that alignment. Now, this isn't going to be perfect. It's not about being perfect in your life. It's about being present enough to hear the voice beneath the noise. I've definitely had some things in my life where I had to make choices. I had to really move forward with something or not move forward with something or whatever. And the more that I trusted this practicing presence by getting still, coming within the body, coming to the breath, and allowing something to arise up in me. When I followed that, I was always happier. It always led me to deeper peace, more fulfillment. I was just in a better place altogether. And I do pretty well when it comes to this because I drop into presence or I trust that gut feeling. I can get it in both ways. Sometimes when I become present and still, I will just get a knowing about something, or I will literally be told or hear something kind of come in just in my mind. Or I will get a gut feeling. And this gut feeling for me is like, it's kind of quick and sharp, and it kind of catches me off guard. And then I just trust and sense and feel into, well, why did I get that? What's going on here? And then the intuition will just kind of bubble up, and I'll just know what it is. And I will then trust that. And it's not always easy, but if you understand that if you go against those things, if you go against your intuition or that gut feeling or that inner knowing, the byproduct of going against it is not going to be good. You're going to be more unhappy than you are at the present moment. So it's always good to trust what you're sensing and feeling. And again, the way that we can tap into that more is simply through practicing presence. So what about you? Is there something you're wrestling with right now? A choice you've been spinning in your head about? I invite you now to just do something radically simple. Just stop, breathe, be still. Sit with the question, not with the goal of getting an answer, but with the intention to just listen without pressure. Because sometimes the clarity you need, it doesn't come in words, although at times it can. Not all the time though, but it comes in peace. And when you feel that peace, trust it. That's presence speaking. This is the foundation of my spiritual work, of my life in general. Whether it's through doing a reading for someone, or talking about things on this YouTube channel, or making choices in my life, it always comes back to presence. It always comes back from living from that inner stillness within. Because when we're present, we're connected, we're aligned, and from that connection, wisdom flows. So if you're seeking guidance on these things, please come to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like this video if you found this to be helpful. I come out with videos like this weekly. And if there's anything you want me to talk about, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.